Today is Sunday, March 17th, 2013, 7:30 in the morning on a cool 55 degrees, but it will be up to 83 today. So I want to get a quick shot around the yard, show you the garden, and I'll explain as I go. So I'll give you a quick panoramic view, and believe me, you're going to see the good, the bad, and the ugly. There's a lot here, and that will just be a quick shot around, and then I'll start off on the east side of the house. Here's some, I was hoping the sun wouldn't come up and be too bright, but now it has. A few sweet potatoes. Most of them have already been picked and in the house. A lemon tree. And I have arugula here and there. It's already going to seed. Daikon radish. And this one, I'm allowing this to go to seed too. Dragon fruit, Swiss chard, snow peas, and I have orange bells. They're non-edibles, but they're coming back from the frost. Passion fruit vine, and I haven't planted that yet. I've had it for 2 years. Now, on this side of the house, I had mainly peppers, jalapenos. All of them were killed by the frost, except this one. And all I did was put these bottles of water around, and I didn't cover it or put Christmas lights around it like I usually do, something that I'm trying to save. But you can see it's alive. And this particular one I wanted to save because it was taller than this hook. It was almost as tall as the wall. So I'm glad I saved it. And okay, so this is my project. The tall water tank, rainwater tank that I have out in the yard is going to go here. This is my project I need to finish today. And it was sloped down, and I'm just making a platform for it, and it will be 10 feet wide. Wait a minute. 5 feet wide and 5.5 feet tall. So it will be just at the wall, at the top of the wall. So that's pretty much it on this side of the house. Now, I've got a few volunteers here and there, but I did not plant on the east side of the house over the winter. Oh, yes, I have spinach. Not sure what that is. But we had the house painted, and so I didn't plant up against the house. I have lamb's quarters all over because I allow a lot of it to grow, and I weed it back when I'm ready to eat it. So, like I said, the orange tree, I'm not sure how much of that I got. Then an apple tree, more arugula, and the tomato plants I have not planted yet. Yes, it's blooming. I was trying to get out here while it was in full bloom and it's died. Well, most of the blooms are gone. This is an apricot, and I see just one main bloom, but that was full of blooms. Oh, there are some fruit. Another apricot, and that one I thought was dead. Thankfully, it's growing. And the apple trees are 2 Annas and 2 golden Dorsets. And here's a goji berry. It hasn't bloomed yet, but it should. Well, it needs to heat up just a little bit more. And then I have, like I said, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So, okay, this, can't forget my little orange tree. This is thankfully still living. I thought it would die back too, or I thought it was killed by the freeze, and also we had a puppy that I guess chewed it or something. So it's just a little squatty thing now. And then just weeds. These actually bloom pretty yellow, and I allow them until they're about to put out seed, and then I'll get rid of them. And I have hollyhocks. I allow a few of them to grow here and there. And my pile of wood chips, it's actually several feet deep. That's where I keep some of them in waiting. This is a raised bed that I built myself, and it was one of the first things I did in the yard. I won't explain the whole madness to why I did that, and some of the things that I did, I'll save that for another time. And so I just planted tomatoes, and I have wine bottles because I have labels marking them. I'm really bad at remembering what I have and losing markers, so I figured these I will not be able to lose. They won't blow away, and hopefully they won't fade. I've got five types of tomatoes. So I just planted green beans, and I think I just planted green beans so far in here, maybe some flowers. And so this is the irrigation that I have. I'm still putting in. It seems to work well. I just took out the rest of the sweet potatoes, and I'm waiting for the green beans to come up, and then I'll mulch them real well. And let's see, I have orange bells here and there coming back. Lavender. It's almost too bright to see, but I think maybe you can see the flowers. I have beets, curly kale, and some cabbage in the very back. I have a lot of volunteer arugula, and we eat it, but I let too much of it grow. Okay, more tomatoes, and I planted more green beans. These are collards, and they're going to seed, so I need to harvest them one more time. I had turnips here, fava beans. Well, this is red kale, burgundy, whatever. I didn't thin these out enough, so it's not hopefully they'll produce well. I've got a few in here. And I have snow peas in the back. And they've done real well. I'm putting in more irrigation here, and then I'll plant more, but I have 3 tomato plants, and then the compost pile. Let's see. I'll show the asparagus bed, which I have one that has come up so far, and I've resisted picking it. I was hoping I'd get more and have a few for a meal, but I guess I'll pick it today. And mainly strawberries I planted in here. Got 6 plants altogether, and some more snow peas, last of the season. I planted 3 strawberries in here because it's more shaded, and hoping that they'll perhaps produce a little bit later in the summer or in the spring than these out in full sun. Now this is a bucket garden, and it has emitters, and it's a pretty good system. It's not working full capacity right now, but I've got a lot of tomatoes, and I've planted green beans, and that's about all I've done so far this month. And a lot from the fall and winter, the peas and the greens. And I had rutabagas coming up, but I think it's going to be too hot for them to finish growing. Okay. I don't really want to go towards the sun. I guess I'll point down this way. Okay. I'm growing Jerusalem artichokes for the first time, and since they're invasive, I'm planting them in buckets. I'm growing Yukon Golds for the first time, and I've got 2 buckets of those. And over there I just planted, hopefully they'll come up as beets and lima beans, but I haven't seen too much life yet, and I'm not feeling too good about that right now. Let's see. I've harvested most of this. This was broccoli rabe and turnips and some Swiss chard, but I have a globe artichoke. I do have some turnip. Planted more. Planted as many peas as I could. Hundreds of peas. And the flowers are not quite coming up yet. Some white clover. More peas. The bok choy is going to seed. I thought I harvested, well, I still have a little bit more, but I'll finish picking that today. I picked a lot last night, but it was getting dark. So there's the artichoke. And more turnips. some broccoli that I transplanted to see if it would work. And it didn't do too well, but oh well. I don't stress over anything. And the rest of this side of the house, it's a lot of mulch that we chip and shred, and barrels of compost and firewood. Okay, a grape that's starting to grow. This is a Thompson seedless. Let's see. Um, this is a pomegranate. Now I have another pomegranate, but I'm getting ready to dig this up today too and lay down a foundation for this 660-gallon water tank. So that will be placed here. Next week we're having gutters installed, and on the corner of the house the downspout will come down and hook it up. And like I said, I didn't plant on this side of the house, but I do have volunteers, lettuce, probably collards, arugula, and compost bin, which I highly recommend this one.